We say to America, stop enjoying the blood of innocent people. Let there be peace in the whole world. We say to Morocco, return the land of the children of Western Sahara. We want peace in Western Sahara. We want the rights of women and children in Western Sahara protected by international law. The people of Sudan are requesting peace, and they are being killed every day, and no one is speaking about them. The war in Sudan has caused poverty. Children are no longer dying from the bullets of the guns. They are dying from hunger. We must say, as we gather here today, we remember in solidarity with women of Sudan and children of Sudan. Stop killing women in the DRC. DRC is very rich in minerals. DRC can be better than USA alone, yet it doesn't know peace because of its minerals. Women are being raped, children are being killed, weapons of war are sent to DRC by countries like America to go and kill the innocent children. We say, as we commemorate here today, that we are with the people of the oppressed nation, because we know what it means to be oppressed.
Wow, what a message to the world from the President and Commander-in-Chief of Economic Freedom Fighters, Mr. Julius Selo Malema. Malema has become the voice of voiceless and the voice of oppressed. Right now, Malema has become the only African politician who is defending Africans in the continent and in the diaspora. So we have to support and to defend Mr. Julius Selo Malema for what he is doing. A family, friend, fellow Africans, as you heard, Malema is calling United States of America to leave Congo alone. We know that right now America has invited in Democratic Republic of Congo to fight M23 and to bring peace. Already, Mr. Donald Trump has brought Congo and Rwanda and signed a peace deal. That deal will favor United States of America. So Malema has calling America to leave Democratic Republic of Congo alone. Malema has raised the voice of the oppressed people in South Sudan, in Western Salawi, in Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa, and all over the continent. That's what Malema is calling. Family, friend, fellow Africans, not only those, Malema has went far and spoken many things that we need to hear as the people of Africa. And this is a part of what Malema has said and telling the world. Listen.
We know that as children of Winnie Mandela, what she went through, and we don't want to see any other woman going through what Winnie Mandela went through, where Winnie Mandela, a woman, was harassed by white males who were cowards, beat her up, sent her to police station, forced her into police vans, set dogs on her. They put Winnie Mandela in a prison, and they made sure they put her in a solitary confinement, in her own cell. Remember one day she was telling me a story that, Julius, there was a point where I thought I was going to go mad because I was in a cell alone, and I started talking to the ants in the cells because I just wanted to pass time. They wanted to break a black woman. They wanted to break the fighting spirit of a black woman, because they knew that if Winnie Mandela's spirit is broken, no any other woman will dare stand against the apartheid regime. In that pain, in that suffering, Winnie Mandela said, I will never abandon the struggle of our people. South Africa will have a black president, and that president will be Nelson Mandela, whether you like it or not. Mandela was in prison. It was Winnie Mandela, the woman, who raised Mandela's name. It was Winnie Mandela, the woman, who made the international community to stand up and say, release Nelson Mandela. Our struggle was banned in South Africa. The ANC was not allowed to raise its own flag in South Africa. It was only Winnie Mandela who could take a flag during apartheid of the ANC and raise it very high in defiance of the apartheid government. It is this kind of women that they want you to forget about them. That's why we named our office after Winnie Madikizela Mandela, because we want that name to stay there, because they are offended by that name. Why? Men don't want women who stand up to them. So we are making Winnie to stand up to them even in her death. We are making Winnie to speak from a grave and say, stop the killing of our people, stop the corruption that you are doing, stop the GNU with the DA and the Freedom Front that killed our people, that jailed Winnie Mandela. She must be turning in a grave that her own comrades have turned their back on their own people. We are saying, if you feel discouraged as a mother, if you feel discouraged as a woman, just look for the EFF office and look up there. You will find a name, Winnie Madikizela Mandela, a woman who never gives up, because she understood. And that's what you African women are known for. You are not cowards. You have raised families alone. You were in the forefront of our struggle. You took us to school alone without any means of income. It is you, our mothers, who wake up in the morning and go and sell on the streets so that you can fight and defeat poverty in your families. It is you, the mothers, who stand up every day in the protection of abusive fathers against those who protect these fathers who abuse our children, who abuse our sisters. Women of South Africa, you are brave because it is in you that you are never going to surrender the land of your ancestors for whatever reason. It is you who were carrying people out of this country, sending them to exile without police detecting. And if you listen to the story of each and every person who has gone to exile, they were all sneaked out by women of South Africa. Before you sneaked them out, you took risk of having them sleep in your houses in preparation of the exit the following day. Here in Mpumalanga, it's even worse, because those who went to exile, they came through Mpumalanga, into Swaziland, into Mozambique, and many others. It is this province which made sure that it opens gates for our people to be trained and come back to fight for our freedom as South Africa. How can we forget the women of Mpumalanga? That's why we are here today, to honor you and to celebrate you, that your bravery has delivered political freedom. And we require from you that through your determination, deliver economic freedom. You have done it before. You delivered political freedom. You can deliver economic freedom because you are brave. We call on you, the women of Mpumalanga, to stand up again like you did during difficult times and say, our children are not going to sleep with counselors even when they qualify in order to get jobs. We are not going to wait for long years on the queue without getting RDP houses. We want clinics in each and every ward because we want these clinics to operate 24 hours. When you talk healthcare, you talk women. We are saying to the South African government, you must legalize prostitution. No one is going to be raped by police and in the name of being a prostitute. And when she goes to open a case, they can't open a case because they say she's a prostitute. Prostitution is the oldest profession in the whole world. Whether you are rat or rat, respect those people. They too must have protection and have the workers' right. Fighters who are going to election next year, this Gersibande, this Governor Mbeki belongs to the EFF. We must stop pretending to the ANC. We must get rid of the ANC completely in Mpumalanga. The ANC here won with some 51% in 2024. We should have killed them immediately. Even when they won with 51%, they still don't respect the people of Mpumalanga. In Gauteng, they won with 36%. They still don't respect the people of Gauteng. So this thing of whispering to the ANC that no, if you don't deliver, we'll remove you. They are not hearing you. They are not listening to you. They are continuing business as usual. That's why a minister of police can have a relationship with criminals. But if they were scared, they would have stopped those activities immediately after we put the ANC at 40%. Comrades, it is only the EFF that put the ANC where it is today. Since the formation of the EFF, every election, the ANC has been declining, and that's why you find it where it is today. We are going to make sure that 2026, we remove the ANC government completely, and we elect councillors, and amongst those councillors, not less than 50% of the EFF councillors should be women. Women must be more than 50%. Why? If you go into the membership of the EFF, the women are more than 65% members of the EFF. If you go into these sub-regional conferences, the delegates there are more women. Women also must start sticking together and holding each other's hand and start voting for each other against men. You are a majority. A mayor must be a woman. A councillor must be a woman because you are the majority. When we say door to door, majority is women. When we say posters, majority is women. When we say rallies, majority is women. When we say let's recruit members, women are the ones in the forefront. But when positions come, it is men in front. It stops today. We want more women on top. We want more women in positions of responsibility. The EFF is for women. Women are for the EFF. Amanda! Amanda! Viva!
Wow, welcome back, family, friend, fellow Africans. That is Mr. Julius Selo Malema, as I said in the beginning and introduced him, that is the President and Commander-in-Chief of Economic Freedom Fighters, Mr. Julius Selo Malema, addressing his audience during EFF Women's Day commemoration in Segunda, in South Africa. So Malema is trusting right now women and recognizing and appreciating the struggle of African women, how they have contributed to uplifting the continent of Africa. I agree with Malema. African women are those who are raising children, raising families, even if African men are running away from their families, but you find African women taking care of their families. Even when the men were jailed, men being killed, but African women stand strong. And without them, maybe even we who are speaking here will not be there. African women are doing a great job. Let us, all of us, salute them and say, you mother, you have done a great job. Family, we know right now we have African women who are defending this continent. For instance, we have Mama Alikana Chiombolekwao. We know what she's doing. She has sacrificed his life. She lost his job of being the ambassador of African Union to the United States of America, but she didn't stop raising her voices and defending the continent of Africa. Right now we see the rising of Africans because of people like Mama Alikana Chiombolekwao. African men, we are disappointing our communities. African men, we are looting this continent. African men, we are the ones who are betraying each other. You may agree with me or disagree, but I can give you a little example. Who betrayed Patrice Emery Lumumba, his fellow African men, Mobutu Sese Seko, Kasavubu, are the ones who planned the mission to assassinate Patrice Emery Lumumba. Come to Burkina Faso, who killed Thomas Isidore Sankara. African men. We removed our hero, Sankara. It is Blaise Compaoré who did all these things. Come to Libya, it's African men. But African women are not corrupt. African men are stealing money in their nations, in their homes, countries, and hide in abroad, in highlands there. But you cannot find African women doing like that. It's we men who are looting and making this continent poor. So we have to change. We have some men who are doing well. Yes. Malema himself is doing well. Of course, I know some will say Malema has maybe something called VBS, but we see what Malema is doing. We have people like Traore right now. We know what he's doing. But look, majority of African men, what are they doing? Tinubu, what is he doing? Nana Akufo, what he did? Alassane Ouattara. They are looting our nations. If African men are acting like kings, like lions, this continent will be far. But African men are engaging in the business of corrupting this continent, are engaging in stealing business of resources from this continent. Look what Madam President of Namibia, she's doing right now. She's doing a great job. But you find someone in South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, having money in Madras, hiding money, a lot of dollars in mattress, behind of bed, millions of money. You see, that those are examples on how African men are disappointing this continent. So Malema, he's doing a great job. He's appreciating and praising the great job done by African women. For instance, Winnie Mandela. And that's why, as you heard, they have decided to call the office, the headquarters of Economic Freedom Fighters, Madikizela Mandela, Winnie Madikizela Mandela. That is the headquarters of Economic Freedom Fighters in South Africa. We have a lot of African women who have done a great job. When our men fought for independence, it is our mothers who prepared food and sometimes treat them when they become wounded. But we forget the great job that our mothers have done. I don't mean that we men are not doing very well. Men are doing well, but if men in this continent are responsible and courageous, like Captain Ibrahim Traore, this continent will move far. Look the percent of African presidents who are women and men, and look those African men, what they have done in their countries. So the time has come for Africans to appreciate and to support our mothers. They have fight because they fight for their families. Men can start a family here, can go to another place and start a family, but mothers are still in the families. If you know the life of Africans, you will appreciate what I'm talking about. So family, friend for Africans, the aim is to share this powerful message from Mr. Julius Selo Malema, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of Economic Freedom Fighters. But all in all, family, friends, let me say thank you for being part of this movement, these revolutions. We are here always to share our thoughts, ideas, and find the best solutions for our challenges. We want one day to see a united Africa. Let us, all of us, preach peace, love, and unity, because these three things are those who will bring us together. If we love each other, we can have peace to each other, we can unite to each other. So family, friend, fellow Africans, let us not speak for too long. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being part of this movement, these revolutions. See you next time in other video on the same platform. Don't leave it. Subscribe if you're new. And if you have already subscribed, like the video and share it to other Africans here in the continent and to those who are in the diaspora. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.